Turning our attention now to the ASX, here's Matt Birney and Bulls and Bears with the latest public company views and interviews.
Welcome to Bulls and Bears, brought to you today by WA iron ore miner Fenix Resources, ASX code FEX. I'm Matt Birney and I'm joined now by the Chairman of Fenix Resources, John Welborn. Hi, John.
Hi, Matt. Good to be on Bulls and Bears.
Okay, so Fenix Resources is a little unusual in that it is a small to mid-cap company that actually owns an operating iron ore mine in WA, the Iron Ridge mine north of Mount Magnet. It is even more curious in so much as it owns its own trucking company and port facilities in Geraldton, produces an unusually high-grade hematite iron ore product and pays fully franked dividends. Okay, John, what's the current resource and reserve at your Iron Ridge mine now?
Well, as at 30 June 2022, we had 8.3 million tonnes of iron ore at the unusually high grade of 64.8% in resources. The reserves just over 5.5 million tonnes at a similar grade above 64.5% iron ore. So a fabulous ore body.
What's the current mine life prediction? What opportunities, if any, have you got to stretch that mine life?
Well, we're currently producing and have been producing since we got into production during 2021 at 1.3 million tonnes per annum. Really steady state, great operation. So we've got 4 or 5 years left if you look at those resources. The ore body itself is constrained by heritage, but we have a very large exploration ground around us and we'll be looking at mine life extensions as we progress through the mine plan.
I'm guessing at 63, 64% FE, it's reasonably profitable. What sort of operating margins is it showing?
Well, last week we celebrated our 3 millionth tonne of production, and over the 3 million tonnes that we've produced, we've averaged an operating margin of over 50 Australian dollars a tonne. So it's a fabulously profitable operation, and that's because, as you mentioned in the intro, we have a fully integrated logistics chain. And we own our own haulage fleet and we own our own port operation.
All right, well, let's talk dividends. What have you been doing with those profits?
Well, we've enjoyed very strong iron ore prices, which has generated strong profits. So in FY21 and FY22, we paid a fully franked dividend to our shareholders of 5.25 cents. So off our share price at the time, and now that's a very high yielding stock.
You recently picked up all of Mount Gibson's iron ore assets in the region for, I think, about 25 million or so. What were those assets and how will they assist you going forward?
A fantastically exciting transformational transaction for Fenix. We've acquired the Shine iron ore mine in our neck of the woods. 15 million tonnes of extra resources at 58% iron ore represents a great opportunity for us to bring on more production. And the port facilities are A-class, increase our capacity at the port by 400%, can support operations of more than 5 million tonnes a year. So great growth opportunities for Fenix.
John Welborn from Fenix Resources, thanks for joining me on Bulls and Bears. And remember, we're only here to give you information, not advice, which you should, of course, seek independently. I'm Matt Birney, and this is Bulls and Bears.
For more public company interviews, go to the Money page on the 6PR, 2GB, 3AW and 4BC websites and click the Public Companies tab.